Welcome to the Doc of Detox show, everyone. I'm your host, Dr. Darrell Wolfe. And together, today, we are going to transform your life. We're going to expand your mind so that you and your family can uncover and discover your full potential. And you know, it's really quite surprising, but people actually believe that they have discovered their full potential. And I'll tell you something, the one thing that I learn about myself every day is I haven't even scratched the surface of my full potential. And the other thing that I learn about myself every day is that yesterday's truth is today's lie, okay? So we're always uncovering things, all right? And this is why it's so important to let yourself off the hook, because you can only do for what you know. I know so many mothers out there and so many people out there that beat themselves up because they didn't get it right the first time. What is the first time? You know, as I state, when a child is learning how to walk and the child falls down, you're not going to kick the child when they fall down. So don't kick yourself, because we're all a child of the universe. And we're all just trying to learn. And yes, I know that if you knew certain information, maybe somebody wouldn't have gotten sick in the family, or you think that anyways. Or that you wouldn't have gotten sick. You think that anyways, but it takes time to change your beliefs. When you start holding yourself responsible for information that you don't have, that you couldn't get your hands on before, that's called the family curse. So understand something. You are not your mind. Oh, no, you're not. Because I'll tell you, right now, I don't know how you people do it. If you have a full-time job and it's not in health and it's not in emotional health, you've got to understand something. I've been working on myself since I was in my 20s. Okay? Whether people want to believe this or not, I do at least 10 to 15 hours of new research every week. Yeah, you heard what I said, because you know what? It's my passion. I love it. And because I really get to know myself. And I get to understand myself even more, and I get to understand other people, and then I don't have to judge them, and I understand that their beliefs rule them, fool them, school them. So understand something, you're not your thoughts until you have truly taken the time to think about what you think about. You will be everybody else, and you will be everywhere else, being everything else, because you're not in your point of power. And that point of power I'm talking about is in the present moment. How many people here even know how to stay in the present moment? You know, if you're in the past and in the future, you know, you're not in the present moment. And that's where we find our power. We lose our power if we're not there. And so that's what fear does to us, right? Okay? Guilt and fear. Guilt for the past, fear for the future. So we're not going to be in the present, so we lost our power. Remember something, how you think, act, and feel is shaping your life at this very moment. You heard what I said, in this little micro moment in time. Every moment, where are you with every moment? And that is the thing I'd like to talk about. And we are not going to do this until we understand something. We are never going to rise to our greatness, okay? And here's what I want to go through right now. Okay. So we know that I go on and on and on about this. And what do I go on about? Guess what? That first we have an image, then we have a thought. Okay? After we have a thought, then we have an emotion, which is basically a feeling. And remember what I said, your superpower. What's your superpower on planet Earth? You know, I really believe that in every galaxy there's life, and that we get to play in this universal sandbox and go from adventure to adventure. And you can believe whatever you want, but we all make up our stuff, don't we? And even some of the stories and even some of the real belief and faith that people have, they've been made up too. Oh, wait a minute. No, they haven't? Yes, everything gets made up to a certain degree. So, you know, what I'm trying to say here is that you want to make sure that the beliefs you have are your own. But remember that, okay, so we start off with an image because we see everything in an image first. Because that's your imagination. Oh, wait a minute. Imagination, image, right. So we start off with an image first, and that's why you want to get your imagination back, right? Darrell, stop daydreaming. No, I'm never going to stop daydreaming, because when I daydream, all right, and I keep dreaming, then that's how I get what I want. when I stop dreaming, then guess what? Then I have a nightmare. So either you're going to daydream or you're going to have a nightmare, right? So I'm going to dream what I want continually and only focus on what I want. So image creates thought, thought creates emotion. And your emotion is your superpower. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not. It's your curse. It's your curse if you haven't learned how to run your mind, if you haven't mastered your mind yet. So guess what? The one thing in your life that is going to give you an amazing life, that you will be the ruler of your life, the master of your mind, the master of your body, is if you know how to master your mind. Oh, what's going to destroy your life? When you do not want to take the time to learn how to master your mind before you master anything else. The first thing that we should be teaching our children in school is to master their mind before anything else. Before anything else. Because if they learn how to master their mind, then they're going to master their whole life and their body too. But wait a minute, society doesn't want that. Oh, and I don't even think a lot of parents want that either. They will on one level, on their conscious level, but on their subconscious, even the parents don't want them to do that. Because we get raised with having our children, what? Using our children to fill up our little broken hearts. So let's go back. So now we know that emotions can either be your curse or your blessing. And emotions are your superpower on this planet. Did you ever notice something? The next time you get really pissed off at someone and you do it for 5 minutes, you're totally drained of your energy, aren't you? And you even have a migraine headache maybe. Or that shoulder that always bothers you is going to be paining. Or that low back is going to be in trouble. Or you're going to have that sore throat. So wherever your weak link is, 5 minutes of being really pissed off at someone. Oh, and by the way, you're actually getting pissed off at them because you're running a program because you need to blame somebody for the dysfunctional belief system that life sucks. Whoa. Did you get that? Okay, so now we all run pain body programs that we're pushing each other's pain body buttons, right? And we're pushing each other's pain body buttons on an unconscious level. Subconsciously, on an unconscious level. And when I do mean unconscious level, and we'll get there in a second, I've got something so important to tell you today. I hope you get it. I'm going to keep repeating this until you get it. Understand something. Why do you keep repeating himself? Well, I'm going to repeat it until you get it. Because once you get it, you'll own it. You'll be it. Okay? So now we know your emotions are your superpower if you learned how to master your mind. But if you didn't, then they're going to tear you apart. So you remember how the last time you got really depressed because you had great expectations for someone and you forgave them for something, but then they didn't change. And of course they didn't change. Why would they change? What? Because you threatened them that you're going to leave them, divorce them, run away from them? But people aren't going to change for that. That even makes it even worse. People can't change until they understand that they even have a mind that needs to be changed. They won't change until they understand that 70% of their beliefs aren't even theirs. 90% even. 70 to 90% aren't even theirs. And it's estimated that 70% of our beliefs, unless we've done this mastermind training like Braveheart, are dysfunctional. So don't ask yourself why you're in pain. Don't ask yourself why you have a dis-ease because you're not at ease. Okay, so let's get back to our story. So now guess what? Something amazing happens. I don't know. Your daughter, she graduates from school. Okay, your son gets a trophy. Okay, oh, you passed this exam. Where did all that energy come from? In an instant, you feel like, wow, I've got 3 times more energy. And guess why? Because you're an energy, light energy being. Okay, remember what I told you? That we're made out of particles, but the particles are 99% empty, but they're not because they're full of light energy. So as soon as you decide to bring up your frequency, boom, energy from nowhere. You didn't eat, you didn't sleep, you didn't drink, but all of a sudden, you've got all this energy. Because you change your frequency. So understand something. Beliefs, they are so important. And let me ask you a question. Anybody paying you to be miserable? Huh? No. So why are you? Is anybody paying you? No. But I'll tell you, you're really paying for it with your health. Right? Because guess what? Those emotions create frequencies. Those frequencies trigger the brain. The brain is like a chemist that releases chemicals. And those chemicals actually create matter. Ooh, so what's the matter with you? So what's the matter with you? Okay, are you bringing up your vibration that helps to heal? Or are you bringing your vibration down that helps to tear you apart? Okay, here we go. Ready for this? Okay, you've got your conscious mind. Your conscious mind only makes up 10% of your brain. Your subconscious mind makes up 90% of your brain. Right, So guess what? Your subconscious mind is just a storage shed for your prominent beliefs that are kicking the living crap out of you. But they're not even your beliefs. They're your beliefs from your adulterated parents. Now, am I telling you that I don't love my parents? I'll tell you something. I love them totally. I love my parents totally. And my father, he was a born-again Christian that he kept saying that all he wanted to do is be with Jesus. And he never, ever played baseball with me or ever told me that he even loved me. Crazy, eh? And then my mother was a beautiful woman, but she was an alcoholic that was raped by her father. Right. So do I love my parents? Absolutely. Well, the belief systems that they had, and as good as they did, and guess what? If it wasn't for all those trials and tribulations and all those things, I cursed my parents when I was younger and I was a teenager. And today, I thank God that they gave me these lessons, or I wouldn't be here in front of you today doing this show, because I understand now. I understand that I signed up for this. I signed up to come down here and fall. But now I know I got to fall forward. And I know that every bump in the road is not an obstacle. It's telling me to slow down. And when I've got to go right, when I think I need to go straight, I'm going to listen to my higher self and go right and find out it's going to give me something better. So that is the reality. Now here's the thing. So now you've got the 10% conscious mind, which people are only 5% in the present moment, okay? The whole day. You're in the present moment 5% of your day. That's it. And the majority of the population only experiences 2% joy throughout the day. Oh my gosh. You know what? People do not even notice it, but today I did probably about 30, 40 calls, people calling me all the time. And not one person said I'm amazing or great. Okay. Fine. Well, guess what? Fine is not fine. And okay, who wants to be okay? Okay means I'm just hanging in there. All right? Okay, so now you've got a subconscious that stores all these beliefs, okay? So guess what? When you keep playing those beliefs over and over again, because that's what you do, right? You keep playing your story, keep telling your story, keep playing your story, keep telling your story, it becomes a habit. Do you know what a habit is? A habit is not something that's in your subconscious. It can be, it's a belief in your subconscious that can create a habit if you do it enough. A habit is something that is infused in every cell of your body. 85 trillion cells have that habit. And you're going to go, I don't believe him. Well, you don't have to. But guess what? Do you remember putting your socks on? Did you have to think about it? No. Did you remember how to get on the toilet and have a bowel movement? No. It came pretty easy, didn't it? Did you have to remember how to brush your hair? Did you remember how to open up the door and drive the car? You even probably drove to work and you probably went, wow, I don't even remember getting here. Because guess what? It's such a habit that you're on autopilot. That's a habit. And do you know what a habit is? So go ahead. Keep on complaining. Keep explaining about how life is hard. Okay? I did a consultation on a girl this morning, and she gets migraines. And I said, you've been running this stress thing of yours. And we talked about it. I mean, you know, she's a beautiful, beautiful person, okay? But she needs everyone's approval, and she doesn't have hardly any love for herself. All right. And she totally stresses out 99% of her day about things that aren't even going on. And we established that. And I did it in a loving way. I really did. Because guess what? It's not her fault. But I told her, you know, you have to take a look at your life, or else you're going to be in hell for the rest of your life. So the reality is, I said, do you ever find that you feel like, wow, where'd that headache come from? And you didn't even do anything? Well, you did. But you did it unconsciously. But because you've had migraine headaches every Friday, it's a habit. And your body will have a headache with you or without you. It really will. People will go into a panic attack and go, I don't even know where that came from. Well, that's because you're so used to having them that you've trained every cell in your body. It's panic attack time. Oh my God, it's 3:15 and it's Friday. Yo, whoa. Okay, so that's really what's going on here. And I can prove it. And I really love doing this. You know why? Because I can prove it. I've been doing this now for 37 years, guys. 37 years in the business and in the trenches. And I've always spoke my mind. And I've always tried to learn about my mind. Oh, guess what? If you learn about your mind and you master your mind, you'll be able to speak your mind. Boom. And you won't be able to speak your mind until you master your mind, because you'll be everybody else and you'll be worried about everybody else. See, I'm not worried about what people say about me. I'm not worried about what people think about me. Now, do I want them to say nasty things about me? No, I don't. But am I going to get them saying nasty things about me? Of course I'm going to. Now, why is that? I'm going to try to avoid it because I really don't need that kind of attention. But the reality is I guess you can tell I speak up, right? You can tell that I'm going to continually speak up because I love you and I believe in you and I know you can do this. So understand something. A habit's just a habit, okay? And the thing is it's not wrong to have a habit, but it is not good to have habits that are dishonoring you and are self-hate habits. Those suckers will kill you, okay? All right? So anyways, just so you know, I think I should tell you this. Let me see. On August the 9th, it's going to be my birthday. I'll be 2 years more than a senior citizen. Hey, not bad, eh, for a senior citizen. There you go. So the reality is guess what? You can be a senior citizen and be 35 years old, or you can be young and be a senior citizen. Do you understand? So if I were to compare myself to the average person that's 62 years old, then I would be in big trouble, wouldn't I? Because I would never do that. Because the average person that's 62 years old is stiff. They have bowel problems probably. They don't, really have a lot of energy anymore. They're already planning for retirement, and I'm planning for my second half of my life to be greater than my first half, right? So that's the reality. So when you become the master of your mind, you'll become the master of your body. And just so you know that both of my parents, they died of cancer before they were 57 years old, right? And most of my families had heart disease and cancer. So the reality is that you create your own reality, and you can't change your reality unless you want to change your personality. Oh, no, but this is the way I've always been. Well, too bad for you. Too bad for you. People say that. Well, I've always been like this. Yeah, I know, and you better change it. You better change it. And how do I change it? Well, for one thing, you could start smiling. And even when something goes wrong, decide that you're not going to buy into how much pain you're going to have. Because when family members get hurt, when family members are in pain, what do? Well, depending on who raised you, you'll depend on how much you're supposed to suffer. And then whoever suffers the most in the family gets the prize. Oh my God, I just really, I can't stand when you're in pain. I can't stand it. That is a self-abuse program. So, make them soup if you want, okay? Help them out and be encouraging, or put a funny movie on, or do something that's uplifting, okay? Let's not all buy into this, all right? So do you understand that your thoughts are not yours? Do you understand that the story you tell yourself is someone else's? Because if your story is not the most beautiful fairy tale, because fairy tales do come true, if you believe in them. And guess what else comes true? Nightmares. Nightmares come true too. So it depends on your image, your imagination. So where's your imagination? And are you the master of your creation? Okay. Do you understand your mind is not yours until you have handpicked, created, and dipped every prominent thought in love that lives in that beautiful mind of yours? Never forget that your mind makes a terrible master but an amazing servant. Yeah. Now you see who's talking, right? Until you become the master of your mind will master you. I don't know why I get like this. I just, it's just up and down all the time. And I'm not making fun of anyone, so you need to understand that. But the thing is that we have become prisoners and imprisoned ourselves in an invisible jail, okay? All right. So let me just say this. Here's the Braveheart Oath. For those of you who know it, you might want to say it. I'm going to keep saying it until you know it. All right? I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will totally trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God. Because I am, I can, I am healed, I am Braveheart. You need to understand something. There is nobody that's going to throw me off track. I am going to have a good day today, no matter how many people cry to me, lie to me, or justify to me on that life sucks. I will continually honor and respect myself, and I will stay grounded in myself, and I will not put myself up on the cross for anybody. But I will take action, and I want to be the hero of the story. But I will not have a reaction that gives me heartburn, a headache, or cancer. Thank you very much. But guess we do that, don't we? We make ourselves sick when our families are sick. We make ourselves sick when we can't get our own way. And the problem is that we're living everybody else's way, and we're not living the Braveheart way, which means filling up our own heart with love and then being selfish enough to know what we need to heal. If you're not selfish enough to know what you need to heal, like, let me ask you a question. Is there a terrorist in your home? Could it be you? Is there a terrorist in your mind? Is there a terrorist in your bed? Is there a terrorist in your car? I mean, do you really take a stand for having peace, serenity, and love around you? And why shouldn't you have that? When you finally embrace this sacred truth, you will uncover and discover the true you, the authentic you, and you shall be healed. Until then, you will be everywhere else being everyone else. Now, if you've got people in your family that you'd like to get involved in this, be gentle. Because guess what? Don't let them see me too soon, okay? Because they're just going to go, whoa, what a whack job. This self-love thing, wow. This self-aware thing, this self-care thing. I mean, who does this guy think he is? But send them to docofdetoxlibrary.com and just tell them to listen to a couple audios. Let's read a couple booklets on inflammation and, let them stick their toe in. And for God's sakes, please don't tell people how to act until you're there already. So take all the energy you have and all the information and don't try to go around saving your family, okay? Take that energy and put it into yourself and make the change. Make the change you wish to see. If you want to set your family free, don't be a terrorist and tell them how to heal when you haven't done it yourself, okay? Our phone lines are open now for all your questions, 888-570-9445. Are you ready to take your health and healing to the highest level? Well, you will be when you're ready to make a phone call, okay? We have a caller. Hi, caller. Hi, caller. Nope. I can hear them clanking, but it's all good. Want to hang up? Okay. So if you want, call in. So like I was saying before, do you understand that you've got to take a stand for yourself, okay? All right. So let's move on here. I'm going to go through a couple of things until we get our first caller. Join us for our next Braveheart retreat, and that will be in California, everyone. And we're going to be doing a Braveheart retreat February the 8th, and it's another 6-day retreat, and this will be a life-changing event, and it's going to be held at the Lido Resort in Palm Springs. I'm going to be teaching Braveheart and the 12 self-loving steps, but there's going to be lots of other things going on, and that will, like hiking, swimming, we'll be doing campfires, we'll be learning about eating raw and juicing, and we'll be going to see some wild wolves, and there'll be lots of other things. You'll see that up on itioh.com, okay? And that'll be a 6-day, February the 8th, at the Lido Resort in Palm Springs, California. All right? And also, I will be doing Pet Star with Dr. Marlene Siegel on Wednesday, August the 8th at 3 p.m. And it's going to be about why you should not cut grains out of your dog's diet. And we'll be there. So get your questions together for the call-in on this. This show gets really busy. So you'll want to get on soon and get your questions. There's lots of great questions. If you want the healthiest pet in the world, this is how you're going to do it on PetStar. We also have Clayton's Classroom on Monday, August the 13th at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it's the power of structured water and whole body detoxification. Okay? And finally, We'll have Dr. Tony Jimenez back on August the 16th for Hope for Cancer Q&A. And the topic will be creating the perfect day to prevent and heal cancer. So have your questions ready and we'll be running through that, okay? And then the last thing is, if you want to try out our daily cleansing tea, you can have a half a month free just by calling in. And all you got to do is just pay for the shipping, all right? And if you want my Healthy to 100 book, you can ask them at the same time and we'll send that out for free. Again, you just have to pay for the shipping. And if you know other people that would like to watch the shows, if they can't watch them live, go to docofdetoxshow.com, okay? And here's the shows that we'll be doing this September. Not all of them are going right now, but starting in September, we'll be launching them. Doc Talk Q&A, that's when I'll be talking about different health subjects and about how to turn different health conditions around, how to do cleansing internally, externally, talking about exercise. We're going to be doing the whole gamut. Then Braveheart Nation will be every week still at on Tuesdays. Doc Talk is on Mondays every second week. Clayton's Classroom is every second Monday. Energy Medicine will be also a new show I'll be doing with Dr. Darrell Wolfe. And it will be on energy medicine therapy about the human body and how we are light energy frequency. And we'll also be going over different types of energy medicine equipment and how things work in the frequency world, the music world, and how we are vibrational beings, okay? And then we have Hope for Cancer, as you know, and PetStar. All right, so we've gone through everything, and that's it. We have a caller. Hi, caller. Hello. Okay. All right. So let me go back to what we were talking about until we do have a caller. Okay. So understand something, and it's really important, is when we talk about emotion, we talk about energy, okay, in motion. That's what emotions stand for. So you need to watch where you are. Where's that level, that frequency that you have? If you're up and down all the time like this, you're destroying your body. You know, it's almost better to be almost like this. You know how you get people and they're just like, they're depressed, like kind of not really depressed, but they're not really happy and they're just like this? That person, believe it or not, is healthier than the person that's 1 minute they're up and the next minute they're way down, okay? Because you are just totally in crash mode. So you want to really watch out for that. So remember something, always connect to your breathing, the lion heart breathing, 6 seconds in and 7 seconds out. That's really important that everybody understands that. When you connect to your breath, okay, so here's what you do. You connect to your breath, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. It's called the lion heart breathing. Put your shoulders back, chin slightly up. Put your solar plexus as if it's being pulled up by the sky. Put your chin slightly up. And there's no way in the world, if you have a slight smile on your face and you're doing all that, that you can be depressed. Okay? Now, here's the problem when people get depressed. If I said to you, how long does it take you to get out of depression? You might be able to tell me. Well, when I get depressed, it takes 3 hours or 3 days or 3 weeks, right? Well, if I told you that I need you to just go snap your band and go 3, 2, 1, I got this, and just stop it right away and put a slight smile on your face and do what we just did, you would have a hard time doing that because you would believe that you're dishonoring yourself. Because I've always suffered this long. Why would I want to cut my suffering down? Because every family has a different thing. Some families, if something goes wrong, the child could get spanked, the child could be put into a room, or we could sit down with the child and say, what did you learn from that, Billy? Or we could abuse the child and be upset with the child for like 3 days. So, did you ever notice something? You could be married to someone, and of course you love each other, but you know, you still have the same squabble all the time. Well, why? Well, that's because you had a different mommy and daddy, and you had a different mommy and daddy. So you've got a different belief. So who's right? Neither of you. Who's wrong? Neither of you. You both don't understand that you have different beliefs. So you believe that Billy should be spanked, and you believe that Billy should just go to his room, or you may believe that Billy should just, you'll take away his Nintendo game. So everybody's got their different beliefs, and it's always going to be like that. But you know what? What we need to do first is look at our own beliefs. I'll tell you right now, if I knew what I know now, back then, I would not have had children until I could get my act together. Was I always a nice guy? I think I was a pretty nice guy, but was I, you never really look at yourself, right? But I think I was a crapshoot, you know? Did I mean to hurt anyone? No, but did I? Absolutely. Okay. So, you know, once we really start looking at ourselves and taking a really good look at ourselves, and you'll know, just by the way you act, by the way you judge people, and by the way you feel, how easy is it for you to fall asleep? How well do you digest your food? And what kind of choices do you make throughout the day? What kind of food choices? And where do you go? And what do you do for your spare time? You know, you can tell what kind of person you are with what you do in your spare time. Did you know that? Yeah. So, and it also, what you do in your spare time is also going to tell you where you're going to go in your life. All right. We're going to take a short little break, and then I'm going to have a friend of mine come on that is a patient of ours, and I'm going to have a little talk with him, but also understand something. When we do the Braveheart Nation, and I understand this time of year, we have so many people on holiday that, you know, I'm amazed that we have people that are watching the show. Not really, but, you know, but if we don't have a lot of people asking questions, then what we're going to do is I'm going to talk with my friend, and we're going to talk about Braveheart and talk about what he's learned. Okay, and he's 84 years old. So guess what? 84 years old, can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, he's not a dog, and these aren't tricks. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thank you. So go to the bathroom, get yourself a drink, and we will be back in, no, probably even less than a minute. We're back, and I hope that didn't take too long, just long enough to maybe visit the bathroom or get a drink. Today with me is my friend and client patient, Clint. How you doing, Clint?
Terrific.
All right. So listen, call when you want to call. Let's have some calls come in because, Clint, you're not in a hurry, right?
I've got all day.
Right. So, Clint, and I'm only doing this because I want people to understand things. So, before you met me, you felt pretty good, right?
I felt good, real good.
Okay, so after meeting me and then coming to the clinic and doing the things, what has changed in your life?
Mentally?
Yeah.
Much more positive and staying present. more energy,
Yeah.
and taking the structured water has made a big difference.
Yeah. How do you feel doing the Braveheart course? What have you learned from that?
I've learned that I have to stay in the moment and I have to love myself before anyone else all the time.
And what act are you on now?
Well, I've finished it and I'm starting over again.
Yeah. And what did I tell you and everybody else that they have to do? Do it 3 times, right?
3 times, yes.
Full. And how many? There's like about what? 36 hours, right?
Yes.
There's 36 hours, everyone. And understand, this is not grueling.
No.
You just, you
It's
gotta
entertaining.
you gotta love yourself enough to do this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not that boring, right?
No, you're fascinating.
Well,
I enjoy it.
Well,
I really enjoy it.
Can you
I'm
believe-
not trying to humor you.
yeah.
I just enjoy it.
Did they pay you to say this?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, and you've had some bumps and grinds, right, in your life?
Lots of them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't mind me talking about it. So, your partner passed away, right?
Yeah, a year ago.
A year ago. How
And-
was that?
Terrible.
Yeah.
I cried for continually every day for 90 days.
Yeah.
And I asked you to help me commit suicide, and you said you would.
I know, but I lied because
Well,
everybody.
everybody lies.
Yeah, and what
So-
happened on the 33rd day? You came in on the third. I said, in 33 days, you got to do the 33-day Braveheart challenge, right? And you have to do it every day.
Yes,
And did you?
I did.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you came in on the 33rd day. Can you believe it? He comes in on the 33rd day at 10 o'clock in the morning. And what did you say to me?
I don't even remember what I said to you.
You said you promised.
Oh,
me-
yeah. Oh, yeah. Because you had promised me, so I was convinced you were going to help me.
Yeah, and what did I say to you?
You were lying, and I'm not going to help you. You got to stay positive and move forward,
Yeah,
and that's what I've been doing,
yeah,
and it's working.
yeah. But you also know that Rose is okay.
Yeah,
And you also know that,
that I'll see her again. in
and
the
that
future.
Rose went on to another adventure.
Yes,
She, right?
yes,
And you were left behind, even though you're 84, to what? To show up, grow up, and wake up.
you got it.
And so is that what you're doing?
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of dancing.
How often do you go?
I go about 4 times a week.
4 times a week. How long do you dance?
I dance for 3 or 4 hours.
What kind of dancing?
Very fast. So
Really?
I have trouble finding women to keep up to me. So there's younger women that try even.
Yeah.
I date a lady that's 67, but she does pretty good, but
Yeah.
runs out of energy. But you got me on a lot of energy, so everything's clicking.
Yeah, but how much energy did you have when you were depressed and when you
I was
We're-
really
we're
down.
beating yourself
I was
up.
really down. You know, it's taken me a long time to come back because even though you didn't help me commit suicide, I still wanted to leave the planet.
how do you feel now?
I feel positive and moving forward.
Is it worth staying here?
It's worth staying, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Yeah.
Not just hanging in there, but looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, like really finishing the game properly.
Finishing the game, yeah.
Properly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Honoring Rose
Honoring Rose.
and letting Rose know that you can do this.
Yes, and I'm looking for new dates all the time.
Well, I'm taken.
You know, so
Yeah.
that's my reality.
Yeah.
And trying to stay in the moment.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the biggest things that it took me a while to get through to you, and I think that you got it, is that you're allowed to love yourself
Yes.
and you're allowed to be happy.
And put posters on my mirrors and tell myself every day how wonderful I am.
Yes. And then go out and share that with the world.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, I do quite a bit of walking with friends. And lots of dancing.
Yeah.
Watch what I eat.
How are the other people around your age? What
They're
are they
old.
like?
They're old.
What do you mean they're old?
Well, they act their age. They act like they're seniors.
And what do you act like?
I try to act like I'm 49 years old, like it says in my email. It reminds me every day that I'm only 49. And does it work? Hell yeah, it works.
Yeah.
You don't have to get old. You can be as old as I am and still be young.
Or you can be as young as I am and be old.
Yeah, but you're just a young guy.
Yeah, I know, compared to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've taught me a lot.
So
If
tell
people
me,
listen to you.
So tell me some of the things that have really changed you. Think about it. Tell me.
Well, one of the most important things is to be positive and in the moment. Not dwell on Rose or the past, but stay current.
Well, there's nothing wrong with thinking about Rose. When you think about Rose, you think about all the gifts that you've had and everything that she gave you.
Well, she set the bar so damn high, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's an issue. And I can't keep looking for another Rose. I just have to move on and be positive.
You can look for a tulip.
Yeah, I can look for a tulip, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or a daisy.
Yeah, well, that's what I do.
Yeah.
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 It's trouble finding older women that are young, though. Their attitude, you know. They get a certain age and they figure they have to be old. So.
Yeah, but we're all conditioned. That's the family curse.
Yeah.
Right?
And I haven't bought in.
Well, you're going to follow the herd. You're going to limp, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to then you're going to become prey to the predator.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I don't need that.
Yeah. When's the last time you were in a hospital?
1970s to have a hernia.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't go near hospitals, and I don't go near MDs.
Yeah.
I stay away from both.
Yeah.
You know, I try to stay healthy.
Well, you
took the amalgam filling out of my teeth in 1981.
Yeah.
Tossed my glasses away years ago and strengthened my eyes.
Yeah.
So I could read and drive without them.
Good.
Yeah. So I do all these things to stay young and healthy. And with your help, I'm good till 110. It's good to see you, Doc.
It's good to see you too.
I love listening to you.
So,
thanks for having me.
Thank you. So understand, everyone, that the reason why I brought Clint on today is that I need you to get this, okay? You know, you could be in the most despairing moment right now, and you could feel like it's just not worth living, and you might feel like you just suffered too much and you just can't go on. Here's the reality. Clint almost gave up on himself. When you give up on yourself and you believe that you're not worthy, then you will be the terrorist in your mind, in your bed, in your home, in your heart. Please understand something. Never give up on yourself. I will never give up on you. Look it. We've got 5 shows here. Every one of these shows are call-in shows. Do you know why? Because this is your show. You can call me about anything, anytime on any of these shows. You can call me even at the office and I will call you back. Whether you want to believe this or not, we are family. And I consider you family. I'm not BSing you, otherwise dysfunctional belief systems running in my head. I'm telling you the God's truth that if I can help you, I will. And I will do it at the most reasonable cost possible, but always trying to empower you, to train you, to take your power back, but mostly to not give it away. If you feel despair right now, or you're in pain, or you're suffering, understand you've given your power away. You were created by that which created the whole universe, and you came down here, and the name of the game was you were going to be lied to by systems, like medical system, the government, dental system. Do I need to keep going? You know, you can go and watch TV for 8 hours and not see one commercial that's based on real true love or based on real healing. I know it's a challenge, you know. If you went out to go for a drive to go eat somewhere healthy, you'll pass 100 different drive-thrus in toxic places. I mean, we actually call health food stores, and 80% of the stuff in there is processed. I'm not downing health food stores. Everything here has its place. Medical system has its place. But you better understand something. There is no greater healer than you. And there is no one that's going to fix your mind until you master your mind. And there is no one who is going to give you the health that proper thought is going to do for you. I want you to say right now to yourself, I am love. I am healed. And always say that and continually say that. Do mirror work. For those of you that are in my Braveheart course, I want you to know that I'm working on the Braveheart Way manual right now, and it will be rewritten and up in 3 weeks. And the reason why it's going to change is because I change, and I'm going to continually change. We're also going to be releasing the whole Braveheart video series. I'm reshooting that, and it'll be out for the new year. Because as I change, everything must change. And I'm going to continually do this. And understand, everyone, right now you can get Braveheart for $199. And right now you can also, instead of $500, and this is a lifetime membership, and you can also bring in a Braveheart buddy. Because bring somebody in that's like-minded like you and start doing the Braveheart course. And then come on and ask questions. Look at, what would happen if 30% of the population actually started really loving themselves? Well, you would see the whole world change. It would just take that much. 30% is enough to do it. We're quite a ways off right now. But I know with your help we can do this. We can become a Braveheart nation. Just understand something. When you get up in the morning, you can't help yourself or anyone else until you know how to create the perfect day on an emotional and physical level. And that's my objective, is to get that to everyone, and then to teach everyone to teach everyone. I know everybody's on holiday and they've got a lot going on right now, so we'll probably just close off until next week because there's nobody with questions today. And I'm going to go back to writing the Braveheart Way because I want to meet my deadline and have it up within 3 weeks. I want to thank you for joining me. And I want you to have the best day of your life, okay? And the next time that you're ready to yell at someone, hug them or go to the bathroom and connect to your breath, okay? And the next time you're ready to get depressed, put a slight smile on your face and do the lion heart breathing, shoulders back, chin up, and go, I got this. Have the best day of your life. God bless.